You wake up at 6:30, same as always. Your alarm goes off. Your period tracker shows you're 5 days away from your next cycle. Perfectly predictable, like clockwork. You should feel fine. But as you sit on the edge of the bed, hand pressed to your forehead, you can't shake the feeling that something's shifted. Something invisible. Something that doesn't show up on any chart. If you've noticed strange things happening in your body while your period stays perfectly regular, you're not alone. And if this resonates with you, subscribing to this channel means you'll never miss the signs your doctor might overlook. Over the next few minutes, we're going to walk through 7 hidden indicators that your body is in perimenopause, even when everything on the surface looks completely normal. This is the invisible shift. When everything changes, but nothing shows. You arrive at the kitchen an hour later, and you stand in front of the open refrigerator. You slept 8 solid hours. 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep, just like you always do. But your body feels like it's moving through water. Your eyelids are heavy. Your movements are slower. You can't quite place why you're exhausted. There's no logical reason for it. You didn't stay up late. You didn't work out too hard. You just are tired. This is the first hidden sign. Unexplained fatigue that persists despite regular adequate sleep. It's not laziness. It's not depression, though it might feel like it. It's your metabolism beginning to shift as estrogen levels start their slow, irregular decline. Your body is working harder, even at rest, and you feel that exhaustion in your bones. You move from the kitchen to your bathroom mirror. You're brushing your teeth, and you notice something's different about your skin. It looks a little drier, a little duller, maybe a little more textured than it was 6 months ago. You pull out your skincare routine like it might be the answer. But deep down you can feel it, that this isn't really about what moisturizer you're using. It's coming from inside. Your calendar on the counter shows your period dates marked carefully, month after month, each one arriving like clockwork. Nothing's irregular. Nothing's changed. Yet everything feels wrong. By mid-morning, you're sitting at your desk at work. You're in your business casual blazer, the one that usually fits perfectly. Today it feels a little tight around the chest. You're warm. You reach up to adjust the neckline, and you feel a flush creeping up your neck. It's not hot in the office. You're not stressed, or at least not more than usual. And yet your body temperature feels like it's spiking. You've experienced this maybe 3 times this week. Just a sudden internal heat that makes you want to peel off layers. This is perimenopause doing what it does best, creating chaos in your autonomic nervous system. Your body is losing the ability to regulate temperature as smoothly as it once did. You go home and try to decompress. You pull out your yoga mat, change into your athletic wear. You used to love this. 30 minutes of movement, stretching, feeling strong. Today you sit down on the mat, and you just don't want to move. Not because you're lazy. Not because you don't care. You're unmotivated in a way that feels foreign to you. Your brain isn't sending the usual signals. The dopamine response you'd normally feel from exercise isn't there. You sit there, looking at the mat, and you decide to skip it. This happens more often now than it used to. That brings us to the second hidden sign. Mood shifts and motivational changes that feel disconnected from what's actually happening in your life. You're not sad about anything specific. You're not anxious about a particular problem, but your emotional baseline has shifted. You feel flatter, less enthusiastic, less yourself. Later that evening, you're journaling before bed, and you realize you can't quite remember what you did yesterday. Not the big things. You remember you went to work, came home, ate dinner. But the details are fuzzy. You sat down to write about your day, and you had to think really hard to recall the sequence of events. This is the third hidden sign. Brain fog and memory lapses that feel totally disconnected from aging. You're 40. You're not supposed to be forgetting things. You're not supposed to feel confused about basic details. Yet here it is. That creeping sense that your mind isn't as sharp as it was. You find yourself searching for words mid-sentence. You walk into a room and forget why. You misplace things more often. Your concentration feels scattered. And the scariest part is that no one around you seems to notice. Your boss doesn't comment. Your partner doesn't say anything. To the outside world, you seem fine. Your period is still arriving on schedule. You're still showing up, still functioning, still pushing through. But inside, you're aware that something fundamental has shifted. You lie in bed that night, in your quiet bedroom with the blackout curtains drawn, and you're acutely aware of the disconnect between how you appear and how you feel. This is the invisible shift perimenopause creates. A transformation happening inside your body while your external life and your period remain seemingly unchanged. The disorientation comes from this exact mismatch. Your period tracker shows regularity. Your calendar shows consistency. But your body is sending different signals entirely. And if this is clicking for you, drop a like, because what you're experiencing is real, it's measurable, and it's absolutely happening to thousands of women right now who feel exactly the same confusion. What makes this period of your life so challenging isn't just the physical changes, it's the gaslighting that comes from medical dismissal. You call your doctor and describe the fatigue, the brain fog, the temperature swings. She looks at your chart. Your period is regular. Your hormone levels, when tested at the wrong time of the cycle, look relatively normal. She tells you to get more sleep, drink more water, exercise more, manage your stress, and you nod and you leave, wondering if you're just losing your mind. But you're not. Your body is beginning a transition that can last anywhere from 5 to 10 years, and it's already started. These 3 hidden signs, the exhaustion, the mood shifts, the brain fog, are often the earliest indicators that perimenopause is underway, even when your period gives you absolutely no warning. But here's what happens next, and this is where most women feel truly unheard. Signs 4 through 7 arrive like whispers instead of shouts, and because they don't announce themselves as hormonal, you'll likely blame everything else first. Your joints start aching, not from injury, not from overuse. You wake up stiff in places that were never stiff before. Your knees feel heavy climbing stairs. Your shoulders protest when you reach for things. A doctor runs tests. Everything comes back normal. But the aching continues anyway, settling into your body like an unwelcome guest. Because estrogen directly supports collagen and joint lubrication. And as those hormones fluctuate unpredictably, your musculoskeletal system pays the price. Then comes your skin. You notice it first in the mirror. The texture has changed. Fine lines appear faster than they should. Your complexion looks dull, even when you're well rested. Products that worked for years suddenly feel inadequate. You might assume it's stress, or that you're just getting older. But what's actually happening is that lower, erratic estrogen reduces skin elasticity and collagen production at an accelerated rate. Your skin is aging in fast forward, and no amount of moisturizer will address what's happening at the hormonal level. Meanwhile, your sleep has become a battlefield. You fall asleep easily enough, but then you wake at 2 or 3 in the morning for no discernible reason. Your mind is alert. Your body is restless. You lie there in the dark, checking your phone, waiting for exhaustion to return, but it doesn't. You blame stress, your partner's snoring, or the coffee you had at noon. You might not connect it to perimenopause at all, because you're sleeping 7 or 8 hours technically, just not continuously. What you're experiencing is progesterone decline disrupting your sleep architecture, fragmenting your rest into pieces your body can't fully utilize. And then there's the temperature. You're suddenly too hot, then too cold, then unbearably hot again. You peel off layers in an air-conditioned office. Your coworkers are comfortable. You're flushed and uncomfortable. Later that evening, you're shivering under a blanket. You wonder if you're getting sick. You worry you're developing anxiety. You might even feel your heart racing during these episodes, which only amplifies the anxiety spiral. But what's actually happening is your body's temperature regulation center is becoming increasingly sensitive to fluctuating estrogen and progesterone. Your thermostat has been hijacked by hormones you can't see or control. This is the critical moment where most women start doubting themselves. These 4 signs, combined with the 3 you already experienced, the exhaustion, the mood shifts, the fog, they paint a complete picture. But because your period still arrives on schedule, you've been told you're fine. Doctors dismiss your symptoms as stress, or aging, or the early signs of something else entirely. And so you dismiss yourself. You convince yourself you're overreacting, that you should be handling this better, that something is wrong with how you're coping. rather than what's happening in your body. Regular periods do not equal hormonal stability. Not anymore. Not at 40. Perimenopause doesn't care about your calendar. It cares about the intricate shifting dance of dozens of hormones that your cycle once kept predictable. And when those hormones begin their long, erratic decline, your body speaks in a language modern medicine often can't hear. These 7 signs, the exhaustion, the mood changes, the cognitive fog, the joint and muscle aches, the accelerated skin changes, the fragmented sleep, and the temperature dysregulation. They're not separate problems. They're not stress. They're not aging catching up with you all at once. They're your body's way of telling you that perimenopause is already reshaping your internal landscape. Recognizing them together, not in isolation, is the difference between dismissing yourself and validating your own experience. It's the difference between suffering silently and taking informed action. And that action might look like having a different conversation with your doctor, seeking out a specialist in hormonal health, or simply understanding that what you're feeling is real, measurable, and treatable. You deserve to be heard. Your body deserves to be understood. If this resonated with you, subscribe so you never miss the next one. And if this video helped you see your own experience more clearly, please like it. I'd genuinely love to hear in the comments, which of these 7 signs hit closest to home for you? Because your story matters, and hearing from you helps others realize they're not alone in this either. Thank you for being here.